My name is Luz Gallegos, Executive Director at TODEC Legal Center. I've been with TODEC since I was very young. My parents were the founders of this organization. We're going on over 40 years. So TODEC was founded in the 80s. My parents, when they moved out to the region, they moved out for better opportunities and better for our family and for us, their kids. But they were organizers during the farm worker movement and also the Chicano movement. So when they moved to Paris, they started seeing all the injustices that dealt with our farm worker community, specifically here in Paris. We were founded here in the city of Paris. Back in the day, when the farmers didn't want to pay our parents, they would call Border Patrol because they were already in our streets, and they would deport our parents, you know, and our compañeros. But back in the day, of course, it was easier for folks to come back. You know, now it's not the same reality. But through that struggle, they made it a point for them to start organizing. In order for us to create social change, we need to build political power, because those that are in power will not listen to people that are voiceless. Although we tell community, your voice is your vote, but for many of our undocumented community, their voice is their power, because those are the stories that help us educate and inform government of their realities. Organizing is not a 1 year, 2 year, 5 year. You know, we're going on 4 decades and we're still organizing. As organizers, it's very personal because we come from these communities. As a young child, you know, I was so scared of La Migra as well. I was so scared of La Migra because living those realities with my parents, it became my reality. I didn't learn English till I was like 10, 11 years old, because my mother would put us in classes. First learn Spanish, read and write Spanish, and then you're gonna learn English really quickly. But living those realities with my parents and our community made the work that we do is so personal. We had a call that came through our call center, and this particular caller wanted to talk to me. So our volunteers sent me a text and said, Luz, can you call? She sounded very worried and upset. So we were running around in meetings trying to bring resources to the region, and I called her at the end of the day. And it was a young girl. I want to say she was 16 or 17, and I called her and she's all, Señora Luz, qué bueno que me habla. Thank you for calling me. And I'm like, how can I help you? And she's all, I need your help to see if you could convince my dad to go to the doctor. He hasn't stopped working. He works in the fields here in Thermal in Coachella Valley, and he doesn't want to stop working. And we see him very sick, and we feel that he has COVID, and he is having a very hard time breathing. And I go, okay, let me talk to him. And she said, no, can you call him like at this time tomorrow, and just don't tell him that I told you, because I don't want him getting mad at me. My mom's tried telling him, all of us kids have tried telling him to stop working and so we could take him to the doctor, but he doesn't want to go. So the next day I called him just how she said, and I said, ¿Qué pasó, compañero? Well, all in Spanish. ¿Qué pasó, compañero? What's up? I hear that you're sick. Is it okay for us to send you an ambulance and we'll take care of, you don't have to worry about any billing or anything. We'll take care of it. We just want you to be safe and taken care of, because your whole family is very worried. And he said, he told me, I can't stop working, because if I don't work, my family doesn't eat, and I don't have access to unemployment benefits. I don't have access to medical. And the president, our ex-president, is saying if we go to the doctor, get any medical, that we won't get a green card. And I don't want to impact the opportunity for myself and my family to get a green card. And I told him, if you're not well and alive, you're not going to see that green card. Let us take you. Don't worry about that. That's not going to happen. Don't worry about any of that. Your health is first. He said, no, I can't. Thank you for offering, but I can't. Long story short, that same week on a Sunday, I get a call from his daughter, and she saw my dad, my young brother just found my dad dead. His story, we're going to amplify it. And we're gonna make sure that in his honor, we create changes in our systems that address our most vulnerable farm worker communities' needs. Those that struggle know the hardship and have more compassion. But those that don't struggle or don't know any better and have lived-in privilege may judge. And that's why it's our job to paint the picture and tell their stories and have community share their stories, so maybe they could understand and they could have more compassion for this population that just is seeking better opportunities for their kids.
Beatriz Hernandez normally loves celebrating her birthday.
I had felt very anxious about turning 26 this year.
Not this year. As an undocumented immigrant living in California, 26 means she is losing her coverage.
Don't think that age, where a person is born, their language should be a criteria to make someone deserving of healthcare. Healthcare is a human right.
California is going to be the first state in the entire country that provides undocumented immigrants full scope Medi-Cal, free access to healthcare. So for us, that was a long-term fight that we're very proud that we were part of. Since our founding, we helped over 300,000 immigrants become U.S. citizens and engaged voters. And we've seen the shift. We've seen the shift of how we were then to how we are now, and how our community is in a much better position that we have. Now politicians listen. That's how we are creating change, because those that are seeking these positions are paying attention what the needs are of our population. Don't forget where you come from. Cuando ya se hagan ciudadanos, make sure you're voting, because your vote counts. Ya estamos organizando la raza en todos los files, porque muchos solo quieren tortilla con puro chile. Hay muchos que no comprenden, porque uno les dé consejo. La unión se hizo para todos, pero muchos se hacen pendejos. I don't know if you could put that in there, but you know. I'm Luz Gallegos, and I'm an organizer.